Why are you not African? Where's your
My
husband
family,
from?
he's from America.
Oh, he's American. Like African American or Black American or white?
Black American.
So you both are Black Americans.
No, yeah.
What is your race?
I'm American.
You're American.
Yeah. I'm Black American, I guess.
Black American, you guys.
I'm not African
Why are you not African?
because my family is from Jamaica.
But you know Jamaicans have roots in Africa.
I don't know. I don't even really know much about where my family's from.
Have you been to Jamaica before?
Yeah, once.
Okay. I'm not black, I'm Jamaican. Like, scratch that. I'm not black, I'm Canadian. What kind of Canadian are you? I'm Jamaican. Is my skin close to black? Sure. For the sake of the people that live in the United States, I'm black. However, I'm not first to say I'm black. I'm quick to say I'm Jamaican. I'm not going to say I'm black. You can physically see what the fuck I am. Why am I going to tell you what color my skin is? That's literally irrelevant. So if someone's telling you they're not black, don't get offended. Get educated. People who say they're black don't have an identity. That's why they say they're black. And the people we are referring to are the ones that were in slavery in the United States that got pulled from all these black colored countries and mixed up. So now they don't know where the fuck they're from, so they just say black. So for Afro-Latina wants to say she's not black, she damn well is not black. The fuck, she knows where the fuck she's from. She's African and Latina. The fuck has to know she's black for? You see her skin is not black. Why does it matter? Like, please, fix it. Fix the education system.
So you think you're English? You think you're Anglo-Saxon? I wish some of you would go to England and say some of these things to these white people, because they'll quickly put you in your place and tell you to go back to Africa. You are the only ones who don't know where you're from, and it's really sad. Yes, you speak Patois. What do you think Patois is made up of? A lot of it is African words. And if you really want to know what tribes we came from, it's so easy. Just look at the language that we speak, which is Patois. A lot of the words are from the Ashanti tribe. I'm just surprised that a lot of Jamaicans don't know these things. You know, it's basic history, really. But it just shows you how much the education system has failed us, because we don't know ourselves. Most Jamaicans struggle with English. In fact, not just Jamaicans, most black people in the West who speak the language of their colonizers struggle with the language. That's why you end up with Creole and Patois. We have to mix up the African in there to express ourselves. English is not ours. It belongs to another group of people. Languages are born out of a culture. English didn't come from us. There are so many simple things that tell us who we are. There's so much African retention around us, including the fact that we speak Patois. It's not rocket science, and it's just shameful to see this display of ignorance on social media.
Lennox Arthur, Rhino, he's Jamaican. And he's saying that those people in the Caribbean, they know for sure that they are Africans. So we're going to get into this today. So everyone that you know that's from the Caribbean and they're still indoctrinated by the colonizers' false version of history, I need you to tell them to come in here, because we're going to get into this deeply today. And I promise you that without a doubt, you're going to walk away from here knowing that you are not an African. And Lennox, you got yourself a knuckle beating today. Get your fingers off of that keyboard and stop making those crazy comments in my comment section. I am spanking your knuckles right now. Let's get it. Before the colonizers came, 1492, we know who that fella's name was that sailed the ocean blue in 1492. They called him Christopher Columbus. He went into South America and the Caribbean. And from there, they began renaming people and the land masses that were there, robbing and looting, stealing everything they could possibly steal, and giving everyone in the Caribbean a Caucasoid god to worship, saying that that god was actually going to save them. It was the Catholic Church that issued a doctrine of discovery, which allowed the colonizers to claim indigenous people's land and resources because they were non-Christians. Did you hear that? Religion was involved in you losing your land, losing your homes, being renamed all these erroneous names that mean nothing, and you're worshiping a false god that does not belong to you, that your ancestors did not worship. And everything they did in the Caribbean and South America, they did the exact same thing in the North America as well, which is the United States and Canada and Mexico. Let's continue. What was the name of each one of those islands before the Caucasoids came and changed all the names? This is the colonizer names for the different islands. This is the actual original name of the islands, and this is your identity, your tribe, your tribal affiliation that you belong to. You can clearly see that none of these say African, right? It says Arawak, Taino, and Kalinago. What about Barbuda and the rest of these? This is their tribal affiliation. Which one says African? Moving right along. Dominica, St. Lucia, Martinique, all of them. Arawak and Kalinaga. I still don't see African. Barbados, Trinidad, and Tobago. Do you see African here? Neither do I. Hispaniola, also known as Haiti, and also DR, Dominican Republic. This is their nationality of origin, and this is what their islands were named. Do you see African on here? And you're Jamaican, and it says you're Taino. And I know that some of the Jamaicans are Arawak. But do you see African on here? I don't either. Moving right along. We have these islands here. Do you see African? I don't either. Here are more. Do you see African on here? I don't either. The Caicos Islands. Do you see African? Here we are again. More of the islands. Do you see African? Yet and still, there's more islands. Do you see African here? And here's another. I think I went through all of the Caribbean islands. I still haven't seen African yet. And why haven't I seen African yet? Because before the colonizers, the term African did not exist. You were your tribal identity. Furthermore, when you call yourself an African, you're basically saying, hey, look, I am their prisoner of war, because they have pretty much X'd out your actual identity, and they replaced it with African, colored, black, Negro, all of these, Hispanic. These titles mean absolutely nothing to us. They mean everything to them because they've disenfranchised us. They've stolen our identity. Read it with me, Lennox, Mr. Rhino. These terms are applied to people who are prisoners of war. It's during wartime that they have assigned these titles to you. And these are prisoner of war titles. Do you get it? You are not an African. You're not a colored, you're not a Negro, you're not a black, you're not a Hispanic. You are whatever tribal affiliation you have come from.
Caribbean people are not African, all right? You cannot call a group of black people who've been out of Africa for 500 years African. We went through an ethnogenesis, all right? So calling us an African doesn't make any sense. We don't speak an African language. Jamaica, I'm a Jamaican, we speak Patois, all right? That's not an African language, that's a Caribbean language that was developed by the slaves and also developed by the Europeans and the Spanish, all these other groups of people. The Arawaks, it's a Creole language, okay? Same thing with Haiti, they speak Haitian Creole. That's not an African language, that's a Caribbean language. Same goes to Aruba, they speak Papiamento, which is a mixture of Dutch, Portuguese, and Arawak. You can't call black people African, we're not African, all right? Just because we're black doesn't mean we're African. You got black people in Australia. They're not African, they're Aboriginal. You have black people in Fiji. They're not African, they're black people. All right, they have their own unique culture. They went through an ethnogenesis. So I just want to make this clear that we're not African, we're Caribbean people.
It's important that we understand that even the continent called Africa today was not called Africa. It was a land rich of black people. The Portuguese traders had businesses with these black people, and so they called it Afrique, where you get the word Africa, which means the land of the rising sun. Because in this video, we give credit to the original content creator, even as we analyze the various subject videos and images that we have watched. And we have the Caribbean saying, no, we are not Africans, but we are blacks. I think if there's anything that we all share in common is the richness of our blackness, and that we moved from a place called Africa right now, which was not Africa. Whether it's your Yoruba, you are Igbo, you are Shanti, you are Swahili, you are Zulu. The issue is that you came from a rich culture of people who had tribes, black color or black coloredness, and you migrated to Europe, or your ancestors came to the Caribbeans. And for me, I don't think you are Caribbean by birth. You were there by assimilation. And if you do your historical findings, just like many other persons are claiming in this video, you will find out that every life, every genesis, every people began from Africa. If you're coming across my YouTube, you're welcome. This is my channel. If you're no subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a new subscriber, please hit that subscription button, hit that notification button to encourage and support your brother. So let us go into the comment section, and I want to know what your thoughts, your opinion are. Let the conversation begin, and I hope to see you on my next video. Yes guys, see you then.